Melanie, and I'm coming at you from Yeungling Brewery. This is the longest running brewery in the United States, so this is really historic. It's the oldest brewery in the country, and it's right here in Pennsylvania. And so today I'm going to go on a brewery tour, and I'm going to take you with me. See how they brew Yuengling in this historic brewery, and check out the tunnels underneath, which are supposed to be the best part of the tour. This place has been brewing beer since 1829. So I'm very excited to be here and to be able to go on one of their brewery tours. And you know, the cool thing about it is it's completely free. It's free to go on this brewery tour of Yuengling. And they give you free samples at the end, so that's actually the best part. Are you guys ready to go take a look inside the brewery? Let's go! Yeungling Brewery, nestled in the historic Pottstown, Pennsylvania, is the oldest brewery in the United States. And guess what? You can tour the old tunnels and historic building for free. And it is one of the best things to do in Pennsylvania. To start your tour, you'll have to head to the new tap house that's across the street from the old brewery. This building has an extensive gift shop that you can browse through while waiting for your tour to begin. The tours generally happen every hour, Monday through Saturday, from 10 to 3. You can also book a private tour if you have a group of over 25. The new building also has a small museum. Here, you can learn about the brewing process and see some artifacts of the brewery over time. Exploring the museum is a perfect way to get ready for the tour. The first stop of the tour is the old filling room. Back in the 1800s, men would manually move the kegs around from spout to spout in order for them to get filled. These pipes are no longer in operation, but the room is still used today as a storage area. Next, we're going to move to the best part of the tour, the underground tunnels. These tunnels are magnificent. They were hand-carved into the mountain in the 17th century, so the brewery had a cool place to store their beer prior to refrigeration. It stays a little bit below 50 degrees in the tunnel all year round, regardless of what the weather outside is like. The tunnels also helped brewers get closer to the underground spring that runs through the mountain, which was a vital water source for early day brewing. The tunnels are smaller than I thought they would be, but when I consider that they were built nearly 2 centuries ago and through solid rock, I'm astounded by the craftsmanship. These brewery tunnels are so cool. The spring provided enough water to meet the demands of the brewery when it first opened, but now with the increased demand for delicious Yuengling products, it's not nearly enough. They switched to regular water a long time ago, but it's fun that you can still see the trickle from the spring throughout the tunnels. From the cellars, we headed upstairs past some awesome memorabilia and some really cool blueprints of the building to check out the Rathskeller and the brew house. This used to be the lunchroom, and they let them drink on lunch. Crazy. Here, our tour guide told us some of the cool history about the brewing process and how Yuengling makes its delicious nectar. Next, we wandered through hallways filled with Yuengling memorabilia. And past some old but still functional brewing machinery. This is the route to the factory. Although it's small, and there's another larger warehouse and factory on the other side of town, this one is the original, and it's still operational. If you take a tour on a weekday, you will see it running. I'm here on the weekend, so everything's shut off. You can come tour here during the week and see like all these conveyor belts working and the bottling process, and that's super cool, isn't it? But it's also nice when it's quiet. This is where they bottle it. How cool is that? Alright, I gotta get out of here. My tour's leaving without me. I'm coming. factory with conveyor belts. After hanging out in the factory for a little bit, it was time to backtrack through the halls and head across the street to the tap house. At the end of the tour, you get 2 free samples of Yeungling's delicious beer. You can sip on it at your own leisure in the tap room. They usually have about 6 varieties on tap, so sometimes it's hard to decide which one you really want. I sampled their Oktoberfest and their lager, and although I'm not a huge fan of beer, I must admit, this was really good. Okay, I lied. The tunnels are the second best part of the tour. That's not bad for a beer. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me on this tour of Yuengling. And if you want more fun tours, action, adventure, art, painting, passion, fire, be sure to subscribe because you're going to get all of it right here at Partners in Fire.